It all started back in 2010 when beekeepers in Brooklyn noted something very curious. Their bees were returning to their hives with a bright red stomach. To make things worse, they started producing a red gunk instead of honey, which sounds cool, but was actually pretty disgusting. So people started wondering, why the heck were bees becoming red? The hearsay was that the blame was on the maraschino cherries factory, but it just couldn't be. There were bees producing red gunk all the way over in Governor's Island. To solve the puzzle, an apiculturist decided to send the honey for analysis in a lab. Hey wait, that's a key ingredient of the maraschino cherries. Dell's Maraschino Cherries was a thriving family business with 70 years of history and a revenue of $20 million a year. It was owned by a guy named Arthur Mondella, and recently he was dealing with bee invasions, so he promptly opened up his factory for the beekeepers to make a few adjustments. That meant no more red bees. Mystery solved. Or not. Well, that's actually when our story begins. Back in 2009, the Brooklyn DA's office was tipped about a huge marijuana farm in the basement of the Dell's cherry factory. But there was a catch. The informant had never seen this farm. The mystery of the red bees put a spotlight on the factory, and the Brooklyn DA decided to investigate the case. The first thing they noticed was that the factory had lots of cameras, motion detectors, and a razor wire on the roof. It was way too much security for a cherry factory. Arthur Mondella had a strange behavior for a cherry factory owner. Every night before going home, he would drive around the block 6 times looking for surveillance. When they pulled the plans for the building, they found out there was no basement. The investigators had every reason to question the informant, but on a late-night visit around the factory, a police dog trained to sniff drugs became alert. Unfortunately for them, that was not enough to get a warrant. In 2015, the DA's office was back at the factory door, this time with a warrant to search part of the premises for illegal dumping of wastewater. Mondella was very collaborative. That is, until the police accidentally found what appeared to be a false wall leading to a basement. The investigators rushed to get a warrant to search behind it. Mondella excused himself to use the bathroom. "Take care of my kids." There was not much left from a recent harvest, but it was pretty clear that it was a big operation. And yet, Mondella would only have gotten 2 or 3 years in jail. I wonder, why would he take his own life? Was it shame? Or was it the fact that he lost a multi-million-dollar operation